Alright guys, if you're like me and you don't have a fucking air gun, this is what I'm doing. Because it was extremely fucking hard to figure out the perfect way to break these bolts loose, because they're on there fucking hard. So I grabbed a fucking pipe and I got the bottom left bolt. I keep spinning it to the bottom left bolt. And what I'm doing is I'm putting this pipe over the ratchet like that, and I'm lifting up like this and breaking it down, So I'm gonna do that 3 more times and we're set. Alright guys, so I got all the bolts broken loose, and I honestly thought this was gonna be a lot harder to do, to break these loose, because they're Allens for some fucking reason. But the first one was stripped. Yeah, the first one was stripped. I stripped it, and until I decided to do that breaker bar method I told you guys. So that worked out great. It actually worked a lot easier than using an air gun, I think. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to back these off, and I'll film the next clip of me getting the axle out. Sorry for this being tedious and pretty long, but that's the way it goes. What up guys, half an hour later I got all the bolts out. I took that this plastic piece off that was right here. I wish I did it in the beginning, but I feel like I'm invincible and don't have to do that crap. So I got all these bolts off, and I got the these plates that go on there too. So now I'm gonna pull on it, get it out, and I'll film the next clip. Alright, I got the axle out. What I had to do was, this plastic piece was bolted up to those 2 holes, if you could see them, right below the plastic piece right here. It's bolted there. Took that out, slid that thing right out, and you had to lift the axle up like that to push it out over here, and then it just came out like that and dropped right there. But it wasn't that hard, because I don't know about you, but if you don't got power tools like I don't, you can't really remove these strut bolts. I mean, you can. It's a bitch to do, and I didn't have the time to be sitting on that all day trying to break those loose. So figured that plastic cover is hella easier to do, so I took that off. The thing came off, and I'm gonna show you guys how bad this axle was. I didn't even hammer this, nothing. This goes right here, and this is the speed sensor on the axle. And then this was fucked up, and then look, this thing just completely separated. The bearings fell out, everything. It was just horrible. And something else. Oh yeah, and the tie rod end is on there, looking good. But I mean, when I first got the car, it didn't look that bad. I mean, look at that bushing boot to this boot. It's how the boot should look. And there's so much play in that. I wish I came in here, got the sway bar and linkage, and the ball joints done, and the bushings for the control arm. Probably going to get a new control arm soon, even though it doesn't need to be done. I want all the bushings and shit like that to be brand new. Suspension to feel solid again, because this is the side that is completely fucked up. The other side's good. On my Corolla, it was the opposite side that everything was fucked up on and going out on. So what I'm doing right now is going to go to 7-Eleven, grab some coffee, because I'm shot. I'm already 2.5 hours in on this with a couple breaks. And next clip, I'm going to be packing this with grease, using this to glue the gasket on. And I like this. This is a rubber gasket. Most of these come with cork, if they come with a gasket at all. And they came with new bolts. None of them come with new bolts, and none of them come with grease, usually. So let's get to it. Alright guys, the next thing you're going to want to do is grab zip ties, stick it through the screw holes, just like that. One on the top, one on the bottom. And clamp them together. Do it on both sides, because you want to make sure this does not separate from this. Otherwise the bearings come out, fall out, and you're going to have a fucking horrible time trying to put that together. So I'm going to do that real quick and film the next clip. Now that you got them zip tied, you're going to want to cut the top off of this. trying to find a spot where I can lean this up for you guys. Should have done this beforehand, my bad. But I'm going to show you how to pack the grease in there if you're not already, you don't know how to do that already. It's really not that hard to do, as long as you have a pair of rubber gloves. It's going to be a lot harder than I thought. Mainly because I have my phone charging right now. What you're going to want to do is grab your grease, definitely grab rubber gloves because this is not fun to do without rubber gloves. Oh, fuck, man. Reposition this shit. You're going to want to grab the grease like this. Grab a nice piece of it. More than that, but I mean, you're just gonna pack this shit in there like that, and that's it until you're complete. Alright, now we got that all packed up. We're gonna clean that up in a minute, but just where the gasket's gonna sit, and we're gonna take the leftover grease, because there always is. And right where the axle is sitting, that's where we're gonna pack in the rest of it if we can. I'm going to have to clean that up anyway, so I'm going to grab the rest right here. Just squeeze it on in there. Then next clip I'll show you how to do the gasket. Alright, this part's sort of self-explanatory. I'm doing a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger, run it across the edge, just like that. Put on a paper towel. Again, I'm wearing gloves. Put on a new pair. So I'm going to keep doing this. And I'm going to take a clean paper towel with some brake clean. Wipe the edges off. And we're set. And I'm going to pack the rest of this grease inside the car. Then we're going to mount the gasket on with some make a gasket. The next thing you're going to want to do after you clean it up is grab your gasket and open up your gasket sealer. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your glove off, preset it where you're going to want to put it. This design is pretty fucking stupid, honestly, I think, but oh well. I'm going to put dots of where I'm going to use the material, lay that on there, and sit it up and down somewhere. And while that's drying, I'm going to go to the car and clean up the mating surface on the car. And by the time I'm done doing that, this will be dry, and we can put it on the car without having to worry about anything. I'm going to do a pretty stupid move too. I don't recommend this at all. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm pretty stressed out right now, and I feel like dealing with gaskets falling off and shit. I'm going to use 2 small dots of Gorilla Glue on that axle surface too. So, because honestly, I don't plan on doing this again for a while. And even if I do it again, it'll, at least the gasket will be glued to the axle and not the car itself. So I won't have to take the gasket off the axle. It'll just be on the axle already, and I'll put the new one in. So that's why I'm using Gorilla Glue, because I don't want to chance it fucking falling off like I said. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll get back to you. That's going to wrap up part 2. Be sure to check out part 3. And I'm about to do the R12 recharge in my car. So be sure to check out that vid too. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at Liam's Lexus Build. It'll be in the description. Peace.